Hello everyone, welcome to MES e-learning channel. Let me ask you a question. An object in the classroom that stands tall, dark or light or bold. It's like a canvas ready to imprint the knowledge so as it can be put in a way visually appealing, easy to learn and making your content clear. So what's that? Think about it. Meanwhile, I'll give you another example or another situation which my teacher told me. Just close your eyes and imagine a teacher. What comes to your mind? So when I was asked this question, there are many things when we visualize a teacher in our mind, right? A multitasking teacher. But one thing that it just comes up in our mind is a teacher standing in front of the blackboard. So in this session, we are going to talk about skill of blackboard writing. So as a teacher, blackboard is a very important thing that we use so that the students understand. So as we have learned, there are visual learners also in the classroom who needs the content to be written on the board. And otherwise also in a class, blackboard is a very important tool for learning. So in this session, let's understand skill of blackboard writing. So here I'm using this so I can show you how you can use your blackboard effectively and correctly. So when you start, first it's very important to check if the date is there. So if the date is there, let it remain. And if it is not there, it is important to write the date. Okay, so here I'll put the date. Okay, so once that is done, the class that you are teaching. So in whatever class you are, the class should be mentioned here. Okay, so here I am teaching FYBA. So let me write that. Done. After that, then the subject that you are teaching should be written. So let me write the subject. Okay, so whatever subject you are teaching, that subject should be mentioned. So here I have written the subject as teaching competency, as we are learning teaching competency, or we are trying to develop or become competent in our teaching, right? So I have written the subject. Next, there will be topic. So your topic for that particular session, that is also important. Now, you know you will not just write the topic first, right? We have learned the skill of set induction. So now you will use the skill of set induction and then introduce your topic for the day. Like I said, suppose I will just ask you, as I asked you before, close your eyes and imagine a teacher standing in front of you. So what comes to your mind? So there will be different answers that you will give me. From that, I'll take you to Blackboard and then I'll say, yes, so Blackboard is a very important tool used in the classroom. And in this session, we are going to learn about the skill of Blackboard writing. So now I have stated my statement. I'll go back and write that. Now, did you observe I did not talk when I write? So you should do one activity at the time. You should not keep on talking and writing together. Okay? So once you have stated your aim, then you turn back towards your blackboard, go there, write the topic. So now the topic is stated and written. Understood? So first date, your subject will be written first. The date, class, subject will be written. After set induction, you will state the opening statement, turn back, write the topic. If you have a subtopic, you will write the subtopic also. Then you will divide the board into two parts. Now this is very important because when you divide the board in two parts, it helps the students to have a good look, in the sense it will make them easy to understand, or we can also relate it to it will be looking like a notebook with 2 pages, right? And it is also good to develop your blackboard like this. So divide it into 2 equal half. If your board is bigger, then you can also divide it into 3 equal parts. This is done. Now you're ready and good to go. Now I have stated the topic. So let's understand the skill of blackboard writing. Now the first thing that is important is, now whenever you are writing anything, it should be legible, right? So what is the first point? Legibility of handwriting. So whenever you're writing anything on the board, it should be legible. Students should be able to read it properly. So first point that you will keep in mind is legibility of handwriting, correct? Now, what are the things that you have to keep in mind when we talk about legibility of handwriting? What are the important things? The size of the letters. So, let's relate it as the size of the letter, the spacing that you give. Like for example, can I write like this? Some big, then small, or else then again big. It doesn't look good, right? So always make sure that you keep a proper size when you write. Spacing should be proper, like I cannot write like this. Suppose if I'm writing handwriting again. So there is improper spacing here, right? So make sure you have your size is same throughout, the letter sizing is proper, spacing is proper, and then you maintain the right position in the sense. Now I'll write this position like this also. Or else slantness, right? So it should not be slanted. Even some also write like this. Okay, now I'm writing the word plastic. So some are slanted, some are straight. No, follow a proper pattern of writing. So if it is the position, it should be straight. So avoid slantness to both the sides, or if it is slanted, don't completely tilt it. Maintain a correct position when you write. So legibility of handwriting, size, space, and also the letters. Some, like for example, if I have to write 8, this is how I write it. Now what if your your E also looks like this then? So it is, always make sure that your letters, you can write I like this also, some write like this also, E is also written like this. And if you write, now let's take an example of writing little. Now you can make this is little, right? If I write it like this then, LE, everything looking together, it should not be the way that you use. So maintain the proper size, space, and position. So legibility of handwriting is important. So I have given you examples to understand. So reflect back how you will use your handwriting correctly, how you will write properly. Okay? So legibility of handwriting is important. Now after that, if your handwriting is legible, but then you are organizing your content, so there should be proper planning. We can say proper planning, that is organization, and then neatness. Okay, so when you do a proper planning, you know what are the contents that, or what are the important key points that you need to put on the board, which the students need to understand. And then in neatness, here we can say the key terms that you use. All those things should be covered. And in neatness, it can be like when you're writing something, it should be the line, even between two lines, you should have equal spacing. So I can say spacing between the lines should be maintained correctly, right? So the spacing should be maintained correctly. So planning and neatness should be there. So if I am writing like this and then suppose I write these two sentences. Now I have written here neatness and then again below down I'm writing spacing just like this. So there is no space in between this. So even when you write lines, make sure that you go horizontally, not in a slanting manner, okay? So use the Blackboard space correctly, plan your content and then use and have a good neatness when you organize the content properly and put in on your Blackboard. So after planning and neatness, so planning is important so that all the key terms or the important concepts come on the board, and then neatness, so it is showing that the content written on the board is in visually appealing manner and it is clear with clarity so that there is no confusions, okay? Another thing is, now if you're not clear what will if you have not planned properly, then what will happen is you will just keep on writing all the points and then at the end your Blackboard will look filled with lot of information which becomes difficult for the students to assimilate and understand. So organize, plan what are the things that you need to put on the Blackboard and accordingly work on it, okay? So planning your Blackboard work is very important and also presenting it neatly. Now after planning and neatness, another thing is sufficient and appropriate content. Appropriate content should be put in. Okay, so you will know what are the things that you need to cover. So all that key points should be covered, sufficient content should be there and the right content should be there. And you also can highlight the key terms. So whenever you're teaching something, you want to highlight the key terms, just underline it, which will help your students to look into it, or it will help you to grab their attention to that particular concept or to that particular term easily. Okay, so sufficient and appropriate content should be there in the Blackboard, which is another key point. And then now when you are writing these things, so can I go very slow? What if I just, I'm supposed to very slow in writing, so I'll write like this. So when you go very slow also, it will be boring for the students and you cannot be very fast. So manage your speed. So have a manage your speed, in the sense we can say apt speed of writing. Okay, so this is also very important, having a proper speed in writing, not very slow also and not very fast also. And you cannot write and talk simultaneously. So when I am teaching, I'm making it sure that I put on the key points there and then I'm also talking to you. So this is giving you a visual representation, right? Now you can see I started with legibility of handwriting, planning and neatness, sufficient and appropriate content. So what I have developed here, so whatever I have been talking about is put on the board. So it is very important to develop Blackboard summary. Okay, so develop Blackboard summary. So with this you can see the entire content, right? So if you have written, now I was also showing you simultaneously the way of like correct way of writing letters and incorrect way of writing letters, but I did not keep it on the Blackboard only, right? I made sure that I erase it. So what is required should be kept and what is not required should be erased, which will help you to make the Blackboard look neat. And also at the end, when your child will look at the Blackboard, when your students will have a look at the Blackboard, they will get an entire idea of the content that you have presented. So now when you look here, you understand what are the things that we were talking about since last few minutes, right? So we discussed about the skill of Blackboard writing, where I told you you should have legibility of your handwriting. Your handwriting should be legible, clear, so that students understand what you write. Then we discussed about planning and neatness. So you should plan that your key terms, your concepts, now you want to draw a diagram, so or you want to label it, and or you want a flow chart to be on the Blackboard. Plan your content and then put it neatly. Okay, so planning and neatness of the Blackboard work is very important. Now you cannot write in the corners. So I have not written anything here in the corners because students sitting in the last bench won't be able to see, right? So you should make sure that you are planning it in a way there is nothing left in the extreme corners or in the bottom. Okay, so avoid writing in the bottom and in the corners and make it look neat. Sufficient and appropriate content should be covered so that all the key terms are there and you have your content clearly visible. Manage your speed in writing, now not to go very slow also and very fast also. So you have to manage your speed in writing. Okay, now another last thing is develop your Blackboard summary. So while teaching only, make sure now how these points are there in the Blackboard, which will help you to have a summary at the end in the Blackboard. Okay, so these are the points that you have to keep in mind whenever you are explaining or when you use Blackboard for your teaching in the classroom. So I hope you have understood what are the things that you will be keeping in your mind when you use this skill. So I hope you all enjoyed listening to this. So make sure you make a Blackboard which is perfect. You use that canvas in a manner where knowledge is being clearly seen and it is very easy for your students to learn and understand. So thank you for listening and have a good day.